What's up, Cave Dwellers? My name is Gabe, your resident Cave Dweller Lord, and welcome to my brand new series, A Brief History of. Today, with the 4th of July just around the corner, we're going to be covering a man who you probably don't know unless you're well versed in American history, or just a history buff in general. A man whose sacrifices would led to the founding of this great nation. A man whose death ignited the first flame of one of the most significant revolutions in recorded history. That man's name was Crispus Attucks. Now, we all know the story of the Boston Massacre. A group of angry colonists protesting British soldiers, things get rowdy, shot heard around the world, yada yada yada. You've heard it a million times, and I don't plan on being the million and first. However, many would argue that on that fateful night on March 5th, 1770, is what led to tensions rising so high that they caused the eventual American Revolution, and they're not wrong to assume that. But who knows what would have happened if that first shot had missed its mark? Well, it didn't. That first shot found its target. It hit a man who at first just seemed like another face in the angry crowd. Historians speculate as to why he was among the mob, with some saying he was a bystander and others saying he was participating in the bout. But one thing is for sure, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, depending on how you look at things. Now, who was Mr. Attucks? That's another question historians have been pondering for decades. Just who exactly was the first American casualty of the Revolutionary War? Well, we still don't know for sure. However, we do know the very basics of his past. Historians believe that his father was an African born into slavery known as Prince Younger, and his mother was a Native American of the Natique tribe known as Nancy Attucks. Most evidence points to Crispus being born in a Massachusetts town known as Framingham, which still exists today and is home to almost 65,000 people as of the 2010 census. But considering the fact that that census was nearly 6 years ago, I'm willing to bet that those numbers have changed. Records are also unclear as to whether Attucks ran away or bought his freedom. However, in 1750, a slave owner named William Brown from Framingham posted an ad centered around a runaway slave, offering 10 pounds to anyone who could capture him and bring him back. Want to guess the name of the runaway William Brown was talking about? You guessed it, Crispus. Evidence strongly suggests that after Crispus escaped captivity, he became a sailor who worked on trade ships and whaling vessels. Boston hosted the most popular harbor at the time, so his work took him in and out of the city quite often. When he wasn't sailing and was instead docked in Boston, evidence suggests that Crispus found work as a rope maker in the city. Not much is known about how he found his work or whether or not he got along with his co-workers, but historians speculate most of the white population wouldn't have had much of a problem with Crispus, since his skin was of a lighter tone. As British troops tightened their grip on Boston after new tax laws set in place by King George III, more and more British troops began pouring into the city. This influx of British troops was very bad news for Crispus, since a lot of these troops would forcibly take part-time work as rope makers, making job opportunities for him and other colonists considerably less ample. One night, while Attucks and his co-workers were at a local bar, tensions were hitting peak heights, since work was so scarce due to British occupation. The night was, of course, March 5th, 1770, when a British soldier walked into the same bar as Attucks and his co-workers. They were not too happy about it. Records indicate that a fight broke out from within the bar that snowballed into the mob that gathered to protest against the British troops. Before long, the first shot was finally fired. Crispus fell to the ground and died instantly. After him, two of his fellow co-workers were shot and killed as well. The first of many more casualties to come in one of the bloodiest and most important wars fought on American soil. Cave Dwellers, comment below, let me know if you learned something new today about a man that the history books seldom speak of. Doing research for this video was incredibly interesting, and I can't wait to bring more to you guys in the coming weeks. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the flip.